Hey there, how you doing? Dave Allred, the Real Barman here from barpatrol.net and orderpatrol.net. Today I'm speaking to those of you who own or manage a bar, pub, brewery that does not serve food, and you're looking for a solution that does not involve building out a restaurant in your building. And of course, one of those solutions is partnering with a food truck. All right, so in this video, I'm going to give you the pros and cons of partnering with a food truck or multiple food trucks if you want to mix them up through the week, and then you can decide if that's something that you want to dive into. All right, and then in an upcoming video, I'll get more into the how to partner with a food truck. How do you find them? How do your guests order? How do they get their food? And so on and so forth, all the logistics. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so now. Hit that little bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Now, before we get to the pros and cons of this, I'm going to tell you this right now. No matter what the cons are that we talk about, if you don't have food in your bar right now, you are not a destination spot. Okay, you are a stop along the way. I like the air quotes. You are a stop. You are a stop along the way in a bar hopping expedition. All right, which means they're having one beer, one cocktail, and they're moving on. And having your guests leave early because they need food is not something you should ignore. All right, that's a lot of profit, a lot of revenue that you're leaving on the table. Okay, food itself is an addiction. All right, even when people aren't that hungry, they're looking for something to eat. They're conditioned to eat when they go out and drink because it makes them feel good. It's all part of the experience of just being out. Okay, so if you don't have food right now, you need to start looking at options. But be careful here, all right? You don't want to do some half-ass option that I see sometimes when I go out. Perhaps you've seen it too. You're sitting there having a drink, you start to get hungry, and then you ask the bartender or the cocktail server, hey, do you guys have food? And they're like, oh yeah, definitely. We got this nice cheese and cracker platter, or I can throw some bagel bites into the toaster oven. And you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'll take the check. I'm gonna go get some tacos. I mean, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but not by much. Okay, there's no reason to be lazy about your food options when you can just partner with a food truck, let them do what they do. They make food for a living. It's their area of expertise. Let them handle that. So let's go through the pros and cons of partnering with a food truck. I'm going to start with the cons, do the pros second because I like to end on a positive. Makes me feel all warm and tingly inside. All right, here we go. Con number one. You don't have control, all right? You don't have control over the food and that part of the business. So you can't just go order the food truck employees around. So if something goes wrong in that area, you have to sort of bite the bullet or communicate with the food truck operator or just get rid of them and find another food truck. Con number two, there's no real branding opportunity here. And by that, I mean, if you did start your own kitchen inside your bar or brewery, it allows you to expand your brand. Oh, that rhymes. Might have to make that into a t-shirt. Anyway, with your own kitchen, you're now able to use that concept to reach more people. Now they're getting more excited about it. Your brand recognition is growing because you're multifaceted now. And with just having a food truck, their branding is not yours. Does that make sense? I hope so. So con number three, location and restrictions. And this depends, of course, where your bar is located. If your bar is located in a busy city downtown, food trucks might have trouble finding parking, or that city might have a lot of restrictions for food trucks. So maybe you don't even have that many food trucks in your area. If that's the case, try to partner with a hot dog cart. Okay, anything that will help you get food to your guests and have them stay for another pint. If, on the other hand, you're like a brew pub and you're located in a more industrial area, which happens quite a bit with brew pubs, this is a good thing because food trucks usually have plenty of space to park and there's usually not that many options to go eat. There's not a lot of restaurants around industrial areas. So for you people, I turn this con into a pro. I know. You're welcome. Okay, con number four, our last con. You have to rely on the food trucks to come through. Okay, so if you partner with a flaky food truck and you've promised your patrons food and the food truck doesn't show up, that looks bad on you. All right, your people don't care that it's not your business or it's not your fault. All they care about is that you lied to them. Okay, so you want to make sure when you interview, there's my air quotes, interview these food trucks when starting out that you're very thorough about this. Okay, more on this in the upcoming video on how to partner with them. Okay, so now let's get to the pros, to the good stuff, so we can end up with warm fuzzies in our bellies. Okay, pro number one of partnering with a food truck, it takes away the stress of running a kitchen. Okay, building out a kitchen means more employees, more costs, more inventory, more problems, more headaches. Okay, so unless you're willing to build out and pay for that and then hire a restaurateur who really knows what they're doing, partnering with a food truck is just so much easier. Pro number 2, and this falls under the no duh category, but as we've already mentioned, it keeps people at your place. All right, they spend more money with you. They end up speaking well to others of you about how fabulous your place is. They come back again, which should be your number 1 priority at all times, to build repeat customers, to build regulars. Pro number 3, successful food trucks will have a following, all right, which means you want to partner with a kick-ass food truck, not the first one that comes along. Okay, you want your guests to have great food and a great experience, so they want to come back again. A successful food truck means they have great promoting, great branding. They're all over social media, so they already have a large following. That means new traffic for you, new customers for you, new money for you, and hopefully you can turn those new people into repeat customers. And pro number 4, our final pro, collaboration. All right, because collaboration can expand your business exponentially where competition cannot. And this is true of almost anything. Multiple minds and teamwork toward a common goal is almost always more effective than working alone. Okay, by promoting each other's businesses and brainstorming ideas on how to grow sales, grow more customers, will create a win-win situation for both of you. So there you go, the pros and cons of partnering with a food truck if you're a bar that does not serve food. I personally believe that the pros outweigh the cons by 1,000 miles. Okay, more on this subject in an upcoming video, so make sure to keep a lookout for that. For now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas that you want to share in this area, make sure to do so in the comments below. I want to thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to see you next time. I'm out.